No more party music, man. It's real talk for all y'all.
Hey guys, it's Creative Mike the Rapper with Dope Coffee. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a great cup of coffee out of the French press. Now the French press sometimes gets a very bad rap because people don't really understand how to use it. They take a bunch of coffee, they dump it in, they put a lot of water on top, and then they get yucky taste. I'm going to break this down for you in just a few easy steps and show you all how to make a great French press right at home. Now French press is simple. The only thing you need to start out with some high quality coffee. You can buy ours at www.realdope.coffee. You need hot water, and for that I'm going to use a water boiler. And finally, you need your French press. Other than that, it's pretty simple. So, if you guys watch any of our other videos, I showed you that the key to making a great cup of coffee at home is to have a water to coffee ratio of 20 parts water to 1 part coffee, but that's for your standard drip brewer. For French press, we actually want to take that ratio to 13 parts water to 1 part coffee. Again, I'm going to ask Alexa to give me a little help. Now I've already got ahead and I've measured out 46 grams of coffee. Now I need to see what that is times 13. So Alexa, what's 46 times 13?
46 times 13 is 598.
598. Now I cheat a little bit and I round up to 600. So here's what we're going to do to get started. I've already heated my water up, but I'm going to go ahead and get it to a boil. I'm going to take my French press, remove the press, put my French press on the scale. And if you don't have a scale at home, don't worry. You can still use the exact same ratios. You're just going to have the amount of water that you use already pre-measured. I like to measure as I pour because I do this so much, but once you figure out your coffee to water ratio, you're always going to use that much water to that much coffee. So I'm going to take my 46 grams of coffee and pour it inside. I need to tare my scale with the coffee inside. You need the weight of the French press plus the weight of the coffee to read 0, so that when we add the water, the only thing that we're adding to it on the scale that we see is the weight of the coffee, because I need to add 600 grams. All right, so my water's almost to a boil. My scale is tared. Now, one of the first things that we're going to do is pre-infuse the coffee. Now, with your standard drip brewer at home, it's going to run the cycle in roughly 3 minutes and 30 seconds to 4 minutes for that cup of coffee. You don't have that same luxury when you're making French press, so you're going to have to use a timer on your own. Again, I just use my Alexa, Google, or even my stopwatch, but I don't have it on right now. So I'm going to set a timer for roughly 3 minutes and 30 seconds, maybe 4 minutes, depending on how the coffee looks to me. In the first 30 seconds, here's what's very important. You basically need to wet all the coffee, pre-infuse it. You'll see it start to bubble up. And when it bubbles up, that's really when you need to add the remainder of the coffee. That means the pores are wide open. And that's one of the keys to getting a good cup of coffee at home. All right, so my scale is tared. I need to pour 600 grams of water, and I need to set my timer. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
3 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now.
All right, so I'm going to pour roughly 46 grams of water into my coffee. Right here at the beginning. That was a little bit more. Excuse me, that was roughly about 80 grams, but it's okay. If you look, you'll see what I'm doing with the coffee. I'm just letting it get very saturated. You don't want any dry spots in that coffee. And so sometimes I'll take a little spoon, just stir it around. Sometimes I will shake it around. It just really depends. So after about 20 to 30 seconds, I just want to go ahead and pour the remaining amount of my water. So I need to get the 600 grams.
Got a couple of questions I want to ask, like, why my people so poor? Look how we living, right? I know there's babies out there going to sleep tonight. Ain't had a bite to eat. How they supposed to sleep tight? I see my folks on the corner with their hands out. They on the corner cause the man put their ass out. She driving by, can't give her my hand out. Like $2 gonna hurt you.
Look at that, 600 grams on the first time. I do this a lot, so it's pretty easy. Next, I'm just gonna take my plunger and I'm gonna stick it right back in. Now, I like to press the plunger just so that the surface of it goes right beneath the surface of the liquid, the coffee that's inside. And now we'll just wait, let it sit for roughly 3 minutes, and it's going to be ready to pour. Make sure you pay attention at the end of the video, guys. This is where everyone messes the French press up. The French press is not a serving vessel. Once you press it, you cannot let your coffee stay in. If you let your coffee stay inside for too long, it's just going to keep brewing. And this is why the French press gets such a bad reputation of producing nasty, disgusting, bitter coffee. All right, we're all done. Alexa, stop. So I'm going to depress my plunger and pour.
They say I'm black so much that I be looking blue. But does that matter cause my skin got a different hue? I see the million men marching, where the women at? And we divided, ain't no wonder that we in the back. They say a good man got a woman at his back, but I was taught a good man.
Now, one of the main differences between the French press and other techniques, if you look inside, the French press only has a metal filter on it. So it's going to have a lot more of the fines and the dissolved particles, but I still think it has a really good taste. So that's how you make a great French press at home now.
I try to change it, that's what I want to be about. And I'ma do it cause I can make a difference now. Look at my life and this is what I think
have a good
about. I got older and the world looking different now.
I try to change it, that's what I want to